And yes, the state of California is one of the top 4 states in the country, is the most expensive state to live. And there are people that have migrated to other affordable states such as Texas, Florida, and Phoenix. And so if you're a California resident and you've elected to stay in the state of California, where does one move to where you can afford housing and raise a family affordably? Well, stay tuned to the end. This is Rufi Alday, your community ambassador for anything real estate buying or selling here in the Fresno, Clovis, California region and the surrounding Central Valley communities. In this episode, I get to showcase the 5 pros and cons and 3 cons moving to Clovis, California, because that's where people are migrating, especially in the Bay Area, where over 30% are heading down to the Central Valley to take advantage of affordable housing, as well as raise their family into a very reputable school district. So be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that allows us impactful weekly information regarding the Central Valley. And stay tuned to the end. I get to showcase an unbelievable commitment of millions of dollars of our infrastructure to accommodate this migration, both not only the Bay Area, but Southern California into the Central Valley. So the 5 pros and the 3 cons of moving to Clovis, California, coming to you right now. So number 1, why people, or one of the pros in moving to Clovis, California, is housing. Affordable luxury is what I call it, because if the median home price for Clovis, California at the time of this video is about $500,000. Why is that important? Well, the most popular loan that is utilized for the surrounding areas, an FHA loan, which allows the first-time home buyer the opportunity with minimal down, about 3.5%. The limits at the time of this video is $524,000, and that allows one to preserve their dream of owning a home, and you can do that in the Central Valley and get financing. Still, now in the Bay Area, that $500,000 home that you purchase here would be about $2 million. So I call it what it's up 4x. So again, the medium home is affordable, about $500,000. That's why people are moving. The FHA loan, the maximum limit at the time of this video is actually at $524,000. Gives you hope as a first-time home buyer to actually finally purchase a home and finally purchase your first home here in the state of California and have an opportunity to do so here in the Central Valley. Also, why people are moving to Clovis, California is, as we mentioned about housing, is home appreciation. At the time of this video, there have been areas of the U.S. that had experienced a downturn or slight downturn. In Clovis, they have increased in appreciation year to date. Even during the high interest rates and inflation at the time of this video, the appreciation of Clovis, California is actually at 3%, despite all the high interest rates and inflation. Number 2 pro to move to Clovis, California, raising a family. Is it an area ideal to raise a family? The answer is yes. According to the 2024 niche study, Clovis is rated actually out of 31 Fresno County cities that they had conducted a study. Clovis was ranked number 1 to raise a family. That's based on crime rates, housing safety, low crime rates, job opportunities, and public schools. Clovis is noted for the gateway to the Sierra, and also that Clovis is a way of life. According to livability.com, Clovis is rated one of the best places to live in the U.S. in 2024 and 2025, based on its proximity to outdoor recreation. We're only about an hour away from the Sierra, skiing, to the lake, Shaver, Bass Lake. Yosemite is about an hour and a half away. If you're an outdoors enthusiast, It is ideal location for the family's excursion. You don't have to travel very long to get into the mountains and enjoy the outdoors. The number 3 pro of moving to Clovis, California is a topic of education academics. Is it an area, if I'm going to relocate with my family, do I have an opportunity for my children to thrive? The answer is yes. We do have a reputation nationally with the Clovis Unified School District, not only for academics, for athletics, for the arts. That is a nationwide, they've won Blue Ribbon. Actually, the nationwide graduation rate is about 85% graduating in high school. Clovis Unified, you have a great opportunity for your students to thrive. Our graduation rate in Clovis Unified School District is over 95%. So that opportunity to make that decision again for housing affordability, for education, the percentages, a great rate of return for you as a parent to position your children to succeed in the Clovis Unified School District due to their high, over 95% graduation rate compared to the national average of only 85% graduating high school. Additionally, the universities here, Fresno State's only about 15 to 20 minutes away from Clovis, California. Fresno State's deemed as probably one of the most affordable educations that you'll get in the state of California. They are noted for their agribusiness. They're noted for one of the top doctorate of physical therapies in the state, as well as nationally. Sports medicine, if you're looking at the athletic training program, also one of the premier sports medicine programs throughout the country. Number 3, nursing, also extremely reputable in the state of California. So this attracts the medical community, as we have the top hospitals corporately. We have Kaiser, we have community-based hospitals, community regional hospitals, noted actually for one of the best neuro stroke rehabs, San Joaquin Valley Rehab, speaking of neuro rehab, again noted statewide and nationwide for the reputation of stroke rehab. Additionally, we have St. Agnes Hospital, about 15-20 minutes away from Clovis, also deemed one of the top hospitals according to U.S. News and World Report. With that, the medical community is also attracted into the city of Clovis, California, and Fresno. UCSF has an affiliate here, as well as we have an osteopathic university and school in the city of Clovis. Number 4, pro moving to Clovis, California. Location, as we mentioned. We are about 3 hours south of the Bay Area, 4 hours to the north of Los Angeles, only about 4 hours away from Disneyland. And if you want to head to the coast, we're only about 3 hours to the Central Coast wineries, San Luis Obispo, Cambria. Those are cities that a lot of people to escape the heat head to from Clovis or Fresno, California to the Central Coast. And again, you can do a day trip up and back. Also, the San Joaquin Valley is noted worldwide for their agriculture, the most freshest fruits and vegetable one can expose to your palate. The San Joaquin Valley, we feed the world. And number 5, what again is a pro to moving Clovis, California, especially if you are a veteran. Especially if you're a veteran. We have one of the best hospitals in Clovis. We have one of the best hospitals actually in Fresno for our veterans. Speaking of updated, in Clovis, California, we have one of the most beautiful facilities at the Clovis Veterans Memorial District, as well as a heritage dedicated specifically to honor our veterans, as the city of Clovis embraces our military personnel, both active and retired. Clovis is recognized at the time of this video to host the Wall That Heals. It's a Vietnam memorial tour that Clovis has been honored to showcase and host the Wall That Heals tour. We have a local nonprofit. Again, our commitment to take care of our veterans is Beyond the Barracks as a nonprofit, very, very involved agency and community organization to help support our veterans here in Clovis, California. I think thank you so much for staying to the end. And here is number 6, the pro, and what I mentioned before of what Fresno County is doing with the infrastructure in accommodating and adapting to all this migration. So during post-COVID, the capacity at Fresno International Airport was at over 100% for about 2 years. With that, they've invested over $129 million to update Terminal 11. What does that do? Well, that increases the availability, or they've modernized a 4-tier structure. It's about a 900 car capacity with laser assist parking. So we've got high tech across the arriving terminal, and then on Terminal 11, they've invested over $129 million to accommodate the increase for domestic flights as well as international flights, due to be built by 2025. With that, we're now host to major airlines like United, American, Alaska, Southwest, Delta, Allegiant Air, to name an exciting is the attractions of big corporate America like Amazon, like Tesla, like second largest Costco to be built in Fresno County. Well, and additionally, with regards to infrastructure, actually Fresno County has been deemed the stations to host the high-speed rail. It's actually being built right across our baseball stadium in downtown Fresno. So with that, what's attracting a lot of corporate America into Clovis and the Fresno County is what we mentioned before: affordable housing and an opportunity to raise their children to thrive in a school district that has a 95% and above graduation rate. So with the pros, let me share with you some cons that you're to be aware of before you even think about moving to Clovis, California. The heat. The heat. Thank God it's a dry heat. From May to about August, it does peak. We'll get into, it'll peak it from about 90 to about 100 degrees. And it does get quite sweltering during those time frames. So what a lot of the Valley residents do, actually, because of our location, to escape the heat, we'll head out to the coast. Again, we're about 3 hours out, as well as it's a lot cooler up in the mountains, and that we're just only an hour away from Shaver Lake or the Sierras, Bass Lake, as I mentioned. We do have skiing in the winter. We have China Basin. All of those are within an hour away from Clovis, California. Number 2 con, if you have allergies, this isn't a good area to go here in the Central Valley. For the way we're situated in this little valley or bowl, we do have a tendency of times of the year where there'll be an issue of air quality. We're not as bad as certain areas of Los Angeles or Southern California, but we just want you to be mindful that it is a little pocket of area that will have during the year issues of air quality. And if you have allergies, don't recommend the area. Last but not least, a con, a little different in terms of the Bay Area. In the Bay Area, you'll have episodes of fog. Here we do have episodes of fog, but it's truly fog. It's a ground fog. Actually, when the ground is saturated, we get about 12 inches of rain throughout the year. When that sits, and again, it's called Thule fog. The visibility is quite limited. It's actually, during certain parts of the year, quite dangerous. So when you're conducting business and flying into the Central Valley, when we have those episodes of Thule fog or high density ground fog, we recommend that if you're going to conduct business, schedule your business times after 11 a.m. or your golf times, because we've got some great golf courses here. Schedule everything after about 10 or 11, just because you allow that Thule fog to. Affordability. The median home is about $500,000 in the city of Clovis. And again, there's an opportunity for a first-time home buyer to be qualified with an FHA loan at about $524,000 at the time of this video. Number two is Clovis, California, to raise a family. Yes, we've got multiple studies deeming Clovis as one of the safest, one of the top areas to live out of Fresno County, out of 31 cities. One of the best places to live is Clovis, California. And these are 2024 studies. Number three, schools, academics, and what the Clovis Unified top rated throughout the country that will allow an opportunity for your children to thrive in the public school system, especially Clovis Unified, where the national average to graduate is 85%. Clovis Unified is over 95%. And if the public school system is not conducive to your children, we have one of the top private schools as well here in the area, Fresno Christian and University High School, both top rated in the state of California and nationally acclaimed. One of the pros is it's centrally located in the state of California, where the location of go back into the Bay Area, we're only 3 hours south. So if you want to head over to San Francisco, Silicon Valley, in and around that area, only 3 hours away and only 4 hours away south from Disneyland. And if you want to go to the coast, as I mentioned, to escape the heat, we're only about 3 hours of Cambria, San Luis Obispo, Morro Bay, all those great areas of the coast, as well as those wonderful wineries in the Central Coast. Now, top three, as we mentioned, and also, last but not least, Clovis embraces our veterans. We've got one of the top facilities modernized in the city of Clovis to embrace our veterans, both serving and retired. There is a contemporary building that's just been being built, Clovis Veterans Memorial District, as well as our pride and joy, the heritage, which showcases our military history and heritage throughout the nation, and it is here in the city of Clovis. And finally, what we mentioned is what Fresno County is adapting to this migration and why we are attracting big corporate America, such as Amazon, Tesla. We're going to be building the second largest Costco in the country. Why? Well, as they're relocating their employees, it is a conducive area for, as I mentioned, affordable housing. They can afford a house. As a first-time home buyers are now qualified for an FHA loan, which at the time of this video, it's at $524,000, and the median home in Clovis is $500,000. So you have a shot. Also, in terms of the infrastructure at the airport, responding to this influx of attraction throughout the state of California into the Central Valley, they've invested over $129 million to upgrade Terminal 11 for increasing the service for both domestic and international flights. You're now nonstop. We've attracted all big corporate airlines such as United, American, Delta, Alaska, Allegiant Air, just to name a few, Southwest, all their major hubs here in Fresno International Airport. And lawns of moving to Clovis, California, it's hot, it will exceed 100-degree temperatures. If you got allergies, not the best area. The Central Valley has issues of air quality during certain seasons of the year. We're still a little bit better, not as top rated, not as bad as certain areas of Los Angeles, but just to make you aware, if you're sensitive to allergies, there's certain pockets here that are not good for those who have allergies. And that, last but not least, is Thule fog. Certain areas against the season, when it gets foggy, it's not like the fog in the Bay Area, where I call mountain fog, rolling over into the Golden Gate. This fog comes from the ground when it's saturated. We have an average of 12 inches of rainfall per year. When the ground gets saturated, this Thule fog is so thick. At times of the year, it's actually very dangerous to drive. Visibility is quite limited because of the thickness of the fog. So again, I thank you for the privilege to showcasing the pros and cons in moving to Clovis, California. And that, again, this is Ruthie Alday, your community ambassador. So anything buying, selling, or any questions you have relocating to Fresno, Clovis, California, or any of the surrounding Central Valley communities, I would be glad to help, and we look forward to chatting with you. Feel free, my contact information is below, whether you feel text messaging me or email, whatever is convenient for you and comfortable for you. Let's connect, and I get to showcase Clovis, California. I've been here since 1985 from the Bay Area, and would be glad to host you to a city that I love and want to be sure you get up-to-date information and transparent information if you're to move to Clovis, California. God bless.